Picture a morning where the mercury plunges to 40 degrees below zero. You have no central heating, no modern fiberglass insulation, and no power grid. Every basic amenity we rely on to avoid freezing is absent. Yet your existence depends on enduring these conditions, not just for a few days, but for your entire life and the lives of those who follow. Welcome to the Pleistocene, an era where our predecessors didn't merely endure the frost, they conquered it. While modern people might wonder how humans survived such lethal winds, the reality is that their ingenuity laid the foundation for the very technology we use today. 20,000 years ago, the landscape was dominated by massive mammoths and frozen plains. In this unforgiving world, a half hour of exposure could lead to fatal hypothermia. Archaeologists in regions like Russia and Ukraine have unearthed shelters that prove these ancient humans were sophisticated engineers rather than primitive cave dwellers. With wood being a scarcity, they turned to the most abundant resource available: mammoth remains. By interlocking massive skulls, jaws, and ribs, they constructed resilient domes. These structures were then draped in thick hides and packed with moss, earth, and dried grass. This multi-layered approach was designed to trap air, creating the same thermal insulation found in high-end winter coats today. Managing a fire inside such a structure was a delicate art. To avoid the danger of smoke inhalation, these builders developed adjustable ventilation systems, regulating airflow based on external wind speeds. The hearth was strategically placed to allow rising heat to circulate through the dome in a natural convection cycle, the exact principle behind modern space heaters. To keep the fires burning in a world without forests, they burned marrow-filled bones and dried herbivore dung, which provided long-lasting, intense heat. Combating moisture was equally critical, as dampness in the cold is a death sentence. Their clothing was a masterpiece of thermal design, consisting of 2 layers of fur. The inner layer faced the skin to trap body heat, while the outer layer faced the elements. They wore these garments loosely, understanding that compressed air loses its insulating properties. Inside their homes, they utilized designated drying racks and slept on raised platforms to stay off the permafrost, allowing air to move beneath them. They even incorporated tunnel entrances to act as airlocks, preventing the internal heat from escaping. These bone and hide dwellings often housed communities of 15 people, utilizing collective body heat to supplement the fire. These ancestors were far from simple. They left behind art and musical instruments, proving that they thrived despite the brutality of their environment. While our lives are now governed by thermostats and modern materials, we owe our comfort to the survival strategies perfected by these master innovators of the frost. If you were stripped of your modern luxuries, could you last even a week in their world? Probably not.